Sponsor Plutus IS, one of the best institutes for the IS PSC preparation. You can find the team on the amphitheater and you can visit there and have all your inquiries settled.
A very good afternoon to all of you.
आफ्टरनून सर।
मुख्तसर सी जिंदगी के अजब से अफसाने हैं। मुख्तसर सी जिंदगी के अजब से अफसाने हैं। यहाँ तीर भी चलाने हैं, परिंदे भी बचाने हैं। Friends, since I have been asked to talk about my experience as a civil servant, this couplet actually describes the dilemma that a civil servant faces in civil service. It's not an easy journey for a civil servant, but it's a thoroughly enjoyable one. I became an IS officer because my dad wanted me to become an IS officer. I remember when I was 10 years of age, I saw a small piece of paper where my father had written down details about how I would become an IS officer. I didn't really follow exactly the same trajectory, but I did make his dream into my dream and then persevered. First got into the police service and then into the Indian Administrative Service. But at the end of this career of 38 years, I write in my book that was just mentioned, not just a civil servant. In the last chapter I write that if I were to be born again, I would like to be an IS officer all over, provided I qualify. Now it's much more difficult to qualify now. I'm assuming that a number of you sitting here aspire to become civil servants. All I can say is, I thoroughly enjoyed every moment of my existence as a civil servant, and that is the reason I have this feeling that if I were to be born again, I'd like to be an IS officer. But in order to become a civil servant, for that matter, succeed in life, it is important to understand what path you should traverse, how you should travel that journey in order to succeed in life. Whether as a civil servant or otherwise, it doesn't really matter what you become ultimately in life. But successful people are those who evolve as individuals to be reckoned with. You know, I conclude my book, Ethical Dilemmas of a Civil Servant, by the following couplet. खुदी को कर बुलंद इतना कि हर तकदीर से पहले खुदा बंदे से खुद पूछे बता तेरी रजा क्या है. It is important for all of young friends sitting here for you all to understand how to evolve as an individual to be reckoned with. It's very, very important. I am glad that we have luminaries sitting here. Anil Chaudhary ji is sitting here. I am a great admirer of him as an umpire. He's sitting here. You know, luminaries like this have evolved as individuals to be reckoned with. I was having a brief conversation with him before I came here, and I was very impressed with his way he looks at life, the way he wants to help people. So he's an evolved individual. The key question is, how do I evolve as an individual to be reckoned with? हम अपनी खुदी को बुलंद कैसे करें? That's the key. That's what I'm going to discuss today. And the reason for discussing this is that if you evolve as an individual to be reckoned with, you will succeed in life. The problem that most of us have is very beautifully outlined in a couplet which is attributed to Ghalib. It's not Ghalib's, but it's a very beautiful couplet. उम्र भर यही भूल करता रहा गालिब, धूल चेहरे पे थी आईना मलता रहा. Now, my young friends, you must understand the import of this couplet. Many of us, most of us, blame others for the problems that we have. Don't we? We find a reason of our failure somewhere else. And that's where the real problem is. My little experience that I have had in life, even if others are responsible for your problems, you can't do much to others. All you have to do is to focus on yourself, what you can do to yourself. And let me tell you, again with little experience and with successful people that I've interacted with, those that have succeeded in life are those that are focusing on themselves. They're not blaming others for set of circumstances. They are not blaming others for their own problems. Though, in many cases, others may be responsible for your miseries. Blaming them will not take you any distance. It will not help. You have to look inwards and see what can you do. And the inspiration for doing such things should come from people who've succeeded in life. I'm so glad Mr. Chaudhary will be speaking to you just now. Ask him, what exactly did he do? It is not that he did not face problems in his life. I mean, he was telling me he comes from a village. He evolved there, now he's an international empire. I'm giving his example because I've come across such examples throughout my life, and I've tried to imbibe and learn from those people who've succeeded in life. The choice is yours, whether you want to learn from them. Now the next question would be, what do I do to succeed in life? After having decided that I will not blame others for my miseries, then how do you start? I have some suggestions to offer to you. Give it or take it, but think over it. Think what I have to suggest. Number one, you know, we are obsessed with our past. We live in our past. We waste so much time on past that has gone by. Can anybody sitting in this auditorium change his past? Can anybody? I can see some shake of heads here. I don't think anybody can change his past. So the relevance of past is only in the context of the lessons that past has for us. Nothing else. If you can learn from whatever mistakes that you may have committed in the past, that's the only relevance of the past. Of course, these days some people are busy rewriting the past. I wonder how it will help. Beyond the lessons that the past has for us, there is nothing else there in the past. So my friends, don't waste time brooding over what has already happened. It has happened. Past is dead and gone. Future you don't know. You don't really know how the future is going to evolve. The only control that you have, my friends, is on the present moment now. So don't waste this time and enjoy every moment that you have. I have discovered myself through the career again that people who enjoy moments that you are in are more likely to succeed than people who are brooding over the moments now and the past. So try and enjoy the moments that you are. I mentioned the point about mistakes. You know, many youngsters ask me, sir, I don't have confidence. Sir, I don't have confidence to do this. Sir, I'm fearful of this. You know, one of the reasons for being fearful, apprehensive, or not very sure of yourself is fear of failure, fear of committing mistakes. Now, my friends, give me one individual anywhere in the world who hasn't committed a mistake in his life. Give me one individual who hasn't failed, whether it was John F. Kennedy or Jawaharlal Nehru or Mahatma Gandhi. In fact, Mahatma Gandhi's book, My Experiments with Truth, is full of the mistakes that he committed. So my friends, committing mistakes is natural. You don't have to worry about it. But don't commit the same mistake again. If you do that, there is a problem. The issue that you should ponder over is, failing in life doesn't really matter. What matters is whether you learn from those failures. Successful are those people in life who have learned from their failures, and almost everyone, I have yet to come across any individual, and my friends, I have interacted with heads of states, heads of governments, chief ministers, each one of them have committed some mistake or the other. So if you want to succeed in life, don't be apprehensive of mistakes that you are likely to make. तैयार रहिए. हो सकता है अगर आप कुछ करेंगे नहीं तो गलती नहीं होगी, कुछ करेंगे तो गलती होगी, लेकिन उस गलती में नहीं रहिए, उसे सीखिए. I'll give you one example from my own life. I had in class 12 I had physics, chemistry and maths. So beyond sine square theta plus cos square theta हम ज़्यादा सीखते नहीं थे. तो जब BA में आए, I switched over to BA because in those days getting into civil service it was easier said that if you have humanities it is possible. So तब मुझे जब मैं BA में आया तो ना तो मैं 5 सेंटेंस हिंदी के ठीक से बोल पाता था, ना अंग्रेजी के ठीक से लिख पाता था, बोल पाता था. भाषा पे मेरा कोई अधिकार नहीं था. My communication skills were terrible. So I worked on improving my communication skills. That's another story. I'm not going to go into that. But I improved my communication skills and I became a debater. I used to come to this college, St. Stephen's, during my days in 70s to debate. In one such competition in IIT Kanpur, it was a national cultural festival and there was a debating competition also. I was representing my university as a debater. One day before the debating competition, there was a music competition also. So जैसा होता है हम लोग साथ, हम भी समझते थे हम गायक हैं, कई लोग यहाँ गाते वाते होंगे, मैं भी गाता था थोड़ा बहुत. मैं सोचा इसमें भी भाग ले लें. तो जैसे इन्होंने मेरा नाम अनाउंस किया, भी मेरा नाम अनाउंस हुआ, अनिल स्वरूप, मैं गया यहाँ स्टेज पे आया और मैंने गाना शुरू किया. गलत सुर पकड़ लिया। 10 सेकंड के अंदर 1000 ऑडियंस ने मुझे बू करके बाहर निकाल दिया। आप में से किसी को ऐसा अनुभव नहीं हुआ होगा, मुझे हुआ है। Being booed out by 1000 strong audience like this because I was singing it like trash. So when I came out, I was totally broken, and I decided I will not participate in the debate on the following day. So one of my seniors came to me. He asked me, यार जो हो गया उसका तुम कुछ कर सकते हो? मैंने कहा मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ? बोले जब कुछ कर नहीं सकते उसका तो उसमें काहे घुसे हुए निकलो बाहर। तुम अपने आप को तानसेन समझ के वहां गाने पहुंच गए बिना प्रैक्टिस के, तो बू तो हो गई। तो उसने पहले तो मुझे डांटा, फिर उसने मुझे समझाया कि भाई जो तुम्हारी स्ट्रेंथ है, योर फोर्टे इज डिबेटिंग, एंड यू आर नॉट पार्टिसिपेटिंग इन दैट प्रोग्राम जस्ट बिकॉज यू फेल्ड अर्लियर because of your own mistake. You should learn from that mistake rather than live in that mistake. It's a very important lesson. So after a dialogue for about an hour, I decided to participate in the debate. अगले दिन उसी ऑडिटोरियम में वही ऑडियंस, मेरा नाम फिर अनाउंस हुआ, सब पीछे से बोले गायक आ गया, वो समझे फिर वो गाना करने आ गया। खैर, by that time I had overcome all my apprehensions, all my fears, and I spoke, and I won the first prize in the national debating contest. Now friends, why am I telling you this is? I am telling you this because I failed, and that's not my only failure. If you read my books, you'll find a number of failures in my career, number of failures. But I continue to learn from those failures. I never participated in a competition without preparing properly. That was the lesson that I derived out of it. So friends, mistakes are natural occurrences, so don't worry about it. It will give you enormous confidence. You are not the only person committing mistakes. Everyone is committing mistakes. Point number 3 is that we spend lot of time over issues over which we have absolutely no control. होता है नहीं होता है? अरे धोनी ने अगर ये शॉट ना खेला होता तो इंडिया जीत गई थी यार। मैंने 2 लोगों को लड़ते हुए देखा है इस पर। अरे यार नहीं, सचिन को निकाल देना चाहिए, उसने, मुझे याद है अच्छी तरह, आप लोगों को शायद याद ना हो, आप शायद पैदा नहीं होंगे, एक बार कपिल देव ने एक शॉट खेला था, उसके बाद उसको टीम से बाहर कर दिया गया था, एक ही बार हुआ ऐसा। तो उस पे मेरे याद है मेरे दोस्तों में लड़ाई हो रही थी कि कपिल को क्यों निकाला। तो मैं उनसे बोला यार ठीक है, मतलब बहस कर लो, लड़ाई क्यों कर रहे हो। मुझे इसका आभास तब हुआ जब मैं सर्विस में आया। उस समय दिल्ली का ट्रैफिक इससे भी ज्यादा खराब होता था, तो मैं अक्सर जब ट्रैफिक जैम में फंसता था तो बहुत नाराज होता था, अपना बाल नोचता था, ये क्या हो रहा है क्या हो रहा है। एक दिन मेरी पत्नी साथ चल रही थी, तो मैं फिर ट्रैफिक जैम में फंसा, तो मैं फिर आग बबूला हो रहा था, क्या हो रहा था। मेरी पत्नी ने मुझसे पूछा, माय वाइफ आस्क्ड मी, इनका कुछ कर सकते हो? मैंने कहा मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ, अरे जब कुछ कर नहीं सकते अपना खून क्यों खौला रहा है। नाउ फ्रेंड्स, यू रिकॉल हाउ मच टाइम एंड एफर्ट यू वेस्ट ओवर इश्यूज यू आर एब्सोल्युटली नो कंट्रोल। देखिए दिन में 24 ही घंटे होते हैं, 24 घंटे ज्यादा नहीं होते। आप उस 24 घंटे का उपयोग करें दुरुपयोग करें, आप पे निर्भर करता है। सो थिंक ओवर इट, हाउ यू डू इट। आई रिमेंबर बिफोर आई जॉइंड द IAS, आई वाज इन पुलिस सर्विस। सो हैदराबाद के नेशनल पुलिस एकेडमी में मेरी ट्रेनिंग चल रही। ट्रेनिंग के दौरान मेरे एक साथी थे, बैचमेट थे, जो अभी DGP रिटायर हुए कुछ दिन पहले। तो उस समय यंग थे, आज भी समझते हैं वो यंग है, मैं नहीं समझता, लेकिन वो आए मेरे पास, मुझसे बोले बॉस रात को नींद नहीं आ रही। मैंने क्या हो गया? बॉस पेट्रोलियम के दाम बहुत बढ़ रहे हैं। मैंने कहा दाम तो बढ़ रहे हैं, क्या तुम्हारे रात को ना सोने से क्या पेट्रोलियम के दाम कम हो जाएंगे? नहीं बॉस, देश की आर्थिक स्थिति पर कुप्रभाव पड़ रहा है। देखिए कितने लोग हैं वो जो इकोनॉमिस्ट, आई होप देयर इज नो इकोनॉमिस्ट सिटिंग हियर, जो चिंतित रहते हैं। मैं उनको मिस्टर परेशान कहता हूँ, उससे परेशान रहते हैं, करते करते कुछ नहीं, परेशान है। हमें से कई लोग परेशान रहते हैं। मैंने कहा यार देखो ऐसा है कि इस पे चर्चा होनी चाहिए, वी मस्ट डिस्कस, बट व्हाई आर यू स्पेंडिंग स्लीपलेस नाइट्स ओवर इट? इट वोंट इंपैक्ट द प्राइस ऑफ द पेट्रोल। बोला हाँ यार सही कह रहे हो, चला गया। 3 महीने बाद फिर आया, फिर कहता बॉस रात को नींद नहीं आ रही। हमने कहा अब क्या हो गया यार, पेट्रोलियम के दाम तो अपने आप ठीक हो गए बिना तुम्हारे इंटरवेंशन के। कहता नहीं बॉस, देश की पॉपुलेशन बहुत बढ़ रही है। मैंने कहा रात को सो जाओ, अपने आप ठीक हो जाएगी। Friends, I make these statements from my personal experience because I learned as I went along. And learning is a process that should continue. Remember one thing, none of us have any control over the results. Yeah, we come from a proud country, a proud land, where we say कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन, but we don't believe in it. We are so obsessed with results कि हम जर्नी का मजा खो देते हैं। मुझे याद है when I was a kid, I was 10-12 साल का था मैं, जब मैं थोड़ा और आगे बढ़ा तो मुझे पहले टिल क्लास 7 I did not win a single medal or a trophy or a certificate. No award for me. So I used to feel very frustrated. आप में से कई ऐसे होंगे, कोशिश कर रहे हैं लेकिन रिजल्ट नहीं आ रहा. My mother used to tell me, अरे बेटा तुम्हारा टाइम आएगा. तब वो ये कहती थी करबड्डे वादिकार रस्ते, जो मुझे समझ में नहीं आता था क्या कह रही है. इसकी समझ मुझे बहुत बाद में आई. एक छोटा सा किस्सा सुनाता हूँ. मैं सब डिवीजन मैजिस्ट्रेट था डिस्ट्रिक्ट हरदोई से. कोई यूपी से है यहाँ पर? हाथ उठाए होंगे? अरे वाह, बहुत सारे लोग हैं. तो हरदोई जानते होंगे. अब ज्यादा मैं नहीं कहूँगा हरदोई के बारे में, मारपीट शुरू हो जाएगी. तो हरदोई में मैं पोस्टेड हुआ, बड़ा लॉ एंड ऑर्डर प्रॉब्लम थी. तो अभी अनिल चौधरी जी से मैं शेयर कर रहा था, वहाँ स्टूडेंट प्रॉब्लम बहुत थी, तो सबको मैंने क्रिकेट में लगा दिया. तो वो स्टूडेंट प्रॉब्लम तो सॉल्व हो गई. लेकिन 1984 में, आई डोंट थिंक एनीवन वुड हैव बीन बोर्न, मिसेस इंदिरा गांधी वाज assassinated and all hell broke loose. You know, members of the ruling party were burning the shops of minority community people, looting. So I used to go around the city controlling the law and order. Around that time I got some intelligence that a very powerful member of Legislative Assembly, MLA, very powerful, he was behind all this. Now I was in a dilemma whether I should take action against him or not. So I decided to take action. So I made out a case under National Security Act for preventive detention for 1 year and sent the file to the district magistrate who was my boss and was the deciding authority. Now this MLA got the wind of it कि ये SDM ने इसकी हिम्मत हुई मेरे against भेजने की. So he went and met somebody in Lucknow and I was summoned to Lucknow. I said what nonsense, I did the right thing but I am being summoned. वहाँ पहुँचे एक बड़े सीनियर अधिकारी ने मुझसे कहा कि अनिल ये तुमने क्या कर दिया. तो मैंने उनको बताया मैंने क्या कर दिया. आप कर लें बात, फिर उसके बाद कर लेंगे बात. एक ही बात हो सकती है, तो मैं आपसे बात करूँ या आप बात कर लें. कोई बात नहीं. सो मुझे कि तुमने क्या कर दिया. हमने कहा साहब ये बैकग्राउंड है उसका. जब वो मुझसे सहमत हुए, ही एग्रीड विद मी, बट जैसे यार तुम्हारे हित में है तुम फाइल वापस ले लो. यू नो आई वाज न्यू इन द सर्विस. आई सेड सर मैंने निर्णय तो डीएम साहब को लेना, मुझे तो लेना नहीं, वो रिजेक्ट कर दे. बोले नहीं तुम्हारे हित में वापस ले लो. I said sir वापस लेना तो उसको मतलब समझ में नहीं आता. Conversation ended. I came back to my district and I was transferred out. I was very distraught. मैंने कहा यार मैंने तो सही काम किया, मेरा ट्रांसफर हो गया. अब 7 साल बाद मैं दूसरे जिले में, लखीमपुर खीरी है उसी के पास ही में, वहां का मैं डिस्ट्रिक्ट मैजिस्ट्रेट बन गया. अब यहाँ तब तक मेरी ख्याति पहुंच चुकी थी, खूब ख्याति. ये बड़े स्ट्रिक्ट आदमी हैं, इधर उधर की सुनते नहीं है. तो वहां बड़ा ठीक ठाक चल रहा था. उन दिनों राम जन्मभूमि बाबरी मस्जिद का प्रकरण था, तो बड़ी लॉ एंड ऑर्डर प्रॉब्लम होती थी. हमारे जिले में हमें कर्फ्यू लगाने की जरूरत नहीं थी. सबको पता था गड़बड़ करेगा डीएम साहब अंदर कर देंगे. तो बड़ी शांति थी. हुआ क्या कि एक मर्डर हो गया. तो जो हमारे जिले के डिस्ट्रिक्ट प्रेसिडेंट थे रूलिंग पार्टी के, उन्होंने कहा हम इनका फ्यूनरल प्रोसेशन निकालेंगे. हमने कहा यार फ्यूनरल प्रोसेशन निकालोगे तो यहाँ तो बवाल हो जाएगा, कम्युनल राइट हो जाएगा. ही डिडंट एग्री. तो आई अरेस्टेड हिम एंड पुट हिम बिहाइंड द बार्स. डिस्ट्रिक्ट प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ रूलिंग पार्टी. तो मैंने अपनी वाइफ से कहा कि भाई देखो पिछली बार ट्रांसफर हुआ तब क्या मालूम नहीं सस्पेंशन होगा, ट्रांसफर होगा, क्या होगा. लेकिन मैंने बंद कर दिया. शाम को 10:30 बजे चीफ मिनिस्टर का फोन आया मेरा. डीएम साहब आपने क्या कर दिया. मैंने कहा साहब उनको बंद किया है, ये कारण है. उनको छोड़ नहीं सकते क्या. मैंने कहा साहब छोड़ेंगे तो बवाल हो जाएगा. बवाल शब्द मैंने इस्तेमाल किया. यहाँ साहब कम्युनल राइट हो जाएगा. क्यों. मैंने कहा साहब ये आप ही की सरकार है और यहाँ अमन चैन रहे तो अच्छा रहेगा. नहीं कोई तरीका निकालिए छोड़ने का. तो मैंने कहा साहब आप उनसे बात कीजिए, उनसे कहिए साहब ये प्रोसेशन ना निकाले हम छोड़ देंगे. तो ही वॉज नॉट सेटिस्फाइड. ही बैंग द फोन डाउन. सो अगेन आई टोल्ड माई वाइफ कि अब तो निश्चित है सुबह बोरिया बेस्ता बाद में निकल जाएंगे. सुबह मेरे पास एक फोन आता है और मुझे बताया जाता है कि वो जो महोदय हैं जिला अध्यक्ष, he has agreed not to take out funeral procession. So I released him. I had personally nothing against him. But the story ends by 2 months down the line, the same chief minister who was annoyed with me awarded me as one of the finest district magistrates of UP. Now, my young friends, I am telling you all this just to illustrate to you that in the first case, I had not even put him behind the bars. I had just moved a file, I was transferred out. In second case, I had actually put him behind the bars, but I was awarded. Similar situations, but the results were different. I was gradually coming to understand what my mother used to tell me, Friends, throughout my career, I have enjoyed moments. On occasions I was rewarded, on occasions I was not rewarded. It didn't really matter to me that much. Friends, if you start enjoying this journey, if you start loving the moments that you are in, then the chances are that you'll succeed. जैसे before retirement, I had to follow government instructions. जहाँ वो कहते थे वहाँ चला जाए. अब जैसे यहाँ हिंदू कॉलेज में मुझे जाना था, कोई गवर्नमेंट का इंस्ट्रक्शंस था नहीं. मुझे अपना मन है तो मैं आऊँगा, मैं मन है तो नहीं आऊँगा. कोई मुझसे पूछते हैं आप क्यों जाते हैं? मैं हर हफ्ते 2 जगह देश में कहीं जाता हूँ भाषण देने के लिए. पूछते क्यों जाते हैं? अब आपको तो जरूरत नहीं है. मैं इसलिए जाता हूँ क्योंकि मुझे मजा आता है आप लोगों से बात करने में, मुझे एनर्जी मिलती है आप लोगों से बात करने में, आपसे चर्चा करने में मजा आता है. अभी जैसे आपसे जब प्रश्न आएंगे उनके उत्तर देने में मजा आएगा. मुझे मजा आता है, मैं करता हूँ. और ये मुझे धीरे धीरे समझ में आया. मेरे पहले 10-15 वर्ष में, इन द इनिशियल 10-15 years, there were some politicians or officers who asked for wrong things like this one. I can tell you, if you develop a reputation appropriately, in the last 20 years of my career, no one came to me for anything wrong. लोग कहते हैं political pressure, कोई pressure था ही नहीं. जो मैं ठीक समझता था करता था, सबको पता था. अगर नहीं पोस्ट करना है नहीं पोस्ट करें. लेकिन if you are efficient, and I keep saying this, an officer has not only to be honest. Honesty is a necessary condition, but you have to be efficient. If you are efficient, if there is a crisis, they will call you. For example, when there was a coal crisis in this country, I was called to become coal secretary government of India. Of course, it's a different matter. जब मेरी पोस्टिंग हुई कोल सेक्रेटरी के बारे में पोस्ट पर, तो मुझे पता नहीं था कोल सेक्टर कितना है, कैसा है. थोड़ा बहुत अखबार में पढ़ते थे स्कैम हुए, ये हुआ वो हुआ. तो मैंने अपने मित्र को फोन किया, यार ये कोल सेक्टर कैसा है. उसने कहा गैंग्स ऑफ वासेपुर देखी है क्या. खत्म हो गया किस्सा. तुरंत मालूम पड़ जाता है क्या किस्सा है. बट मजा आया. उसके बाद मजा क्या आया? देखिए, जीवन का मजा तो वही है जब कुछ चैलेंज हो. कुछ चैलेंज नहीं तो किस बात का मजा है. ऐसे ही चलो. जब स्ट्रेट लाइन चलती है तो दिल बंद हो जाता है. ऊपर नीचे होता है तो इसका मतलब दिल चल रहा है, धड़क रहा है. तो ऊपर नीचे तो हो गई. प्रश्न यह है कि ऊपर नीचे करना आपका काम नहीं हो तो किसी और ने किया है, आप उसको संभालेंगे जाकर. वो चैलेंज है, उसको आप एंजॉय करें. आई एंजॉयड दी कोल चैलेंज. यू नो फ्रेंड्स, when I walked into the office of coal secretary, it was like walking into a graveyard. CBI ऑफिसर्स के भाग रही थी, फाइल्स के पीछे भाग रही थी. तो मेरे दिमाग में ये बात आई कि यार स्थिति इतनी खराब है और तो खराब होगी नहीं, अब जो भी होगा अच्छा ही होगा. उसका क्रेडिट मैं ले सकता हूँ. You know, it's how you look at it. It's your. There is. आप लोगों ने अगर पढ़ा हो रॉबिन शर्मा को, Monk who sold his Ferrari में, वो कहते हैं there is no such thing as objective reality. It is your subjective understanding of reality that matters. आपका दिमाग कैसा चल रहा है उस पर निर्भर करेगा. बाहर तो जो हो रहा है वो हो रहा है, उसका आप क्या कर लेंगे. So it's important that you train your mind accordingly. Friends, I can go on and on. This is the easiest thing to do. These days I do a lot of talking, less of walking. But I'll conclude by an incident that all of you would be inspired by something more. Why are you sitting here, for example? You have no compulsion to sit here. आपने सुना होगा कोई अनिल स्वरूप आए हैं, अनिल चौधरी साहब आए, चलो उनको सुन लेते. लेकिन आप बैठे हुए आप सुन रहे हैं तो कोई कारण है. कारण ये हो सकता है कि बाहर गर्मी ज्यादा है, एयर कंडीशन अच्छा है, बढ़िया है. कारण ये भी हो सकता है आपने सुना साहब अनिल स्वरूप साहब बोलते तो नींद बड़ी अच्छी आती है, चल के सो लेते हैं वहां पर. कोई भी कारण हो सकता है, लेकिन बिना कारण के आप ये नहीं आते. तो मैंने एक स्कीम की थी, राष्ट्रीय स्वास्थ्य बीमा योजना, which came to be recognized world over as one of the finest schemes in the world. So when President Obama became the president of US, तो उनके एक एडवाइजर का फोन आया मेरे पास, Mr. Swaroop, can you come over to Washington to make a presentation on this wonderful health insurance scheme that you have? So I said, our scheme is totally different, the context is different. I don't think I'll be able to contribute much to your thought process. But he insisted. So in one of the visits to Washington, I went over to an institute called Brookings Institute that houses advisors of the president. और वहाँ जाके मैंने प्रस्तुतिकरण किया, I make a presentation on RSBY. In that presentation, there were advisors to the president, there were officers of the federal government, officers of Indian mission there, Indian embassy there. Then there were also representatives of Gates Foundation, Rockefeller Foundation. आपने नाम सुना है इनका? Gates Foundation, Rockefeller Foundation का. वो लोग भी थे. तो मैंने अपना presentation किया, बाहर निकले एक कप कॉफी पी रहे थे. So this gentleman from Gates Foundation walks up to me and asks me, Mr. Swaroop, you seem to be very passionate about the scheme that you're doing. What is the government giving you beyond your salary? Why are you so passionate about it? So I asked him a counter question. I asked him, Gates Foundation gives millions of dollars to poor country. What do you get out of it? He said, well, that's a job. But more than that, we derive a lot of satisfaction out of helping the poor. I said, you answered your own question. The Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana, for which you have called me here, is meant for the poorest of the poor, many of whom would have been dead but for this scheme. So the good wishes of those that survived and their families come back to me somehow anyhow. That's good enough a kick for me to do what I am doing. That's what I said. And then I narrated an incident to illustrate this point. In this scheme, I used to visit these small hospitals that were empaneled. They were not Max's and Apollo's, small hospitals where poor people were admitted and given free treatment. So I was talking to a patient there when I heard a feeble voice from behind. बहुत हल्के से आवाज आ रही थी, बेटा इधर आओ. मैं पलटा तो देखा बहुत वृद्ध महिला, very old lady. She was lying on the bed and she was flashing the smart card. It was a smart card based scheme and she was calling me. Someone had told her that I had something to do with the scheme. So I went to her. अब वो तो बैठ नहीं पा रही थी, मैंने झुक कर उनसे कहा माता जी आप ठीक तो हैं? कहती है बेटा मैं बहुत तकलीफ में हूँ लेकिन इन अस्पताल वालों ने मेरा बड़ा ख्याल रखा है. Then I said माता जी फिर तो आप ठीक हो जाएंगी, अपने घर जाएंगी. नहीं बेटा मेरा कोई घरवर नहीं है. मैं तो भीख मांगती थी, एक झोपड़ी में रहती थी. मैं बीमार पड़ गई, मेरा पड़ोसी वो भी भीख मांगता था. उसने तुम्हारा ये कार्ड देखा, मुझे अस्पताल ले आया. यहाँ सब मेरी सेवा कर रहे हैं, मुझसे पैसे भी नहीं मांगते, मेरे पास है भी नहीं देने को. Then I again said नहीं माता जी आपको पैसे देने की कोई जरूरत नहीं, आप ठीक हो जाएंगी, घर जाएंगी. नहीं बेटा ना मेरा भाई है ना कोई नहीं है मेरा दुनिया में. अब तो मेरी उम्र इतनी हो गया, मैं ऊपर वाले के पास जाऊंगी. ये बहस 10 सेकंड चली. उसके बाद शी मेड ए रिमार्केबल स्टेटमेंट. शी टेल्स मी बेटा ऊपर जाके एक बार जरूर कहूंगी तुम्हारी स्कीम बहुत अच्छी है. Now I called these as my Bharat Ratna in my book. Friends, you have to look for your own Bharat Ratna. ये नहीं जो सरकार देती वो नहीं. जो सबसे अच्छा भारत रत्न आपको अंदर से मिलेगा, यहाँ से मिलेगा. आपको अंतरात्मा से जो खुशी होगी इससे अच्छी कोई चीज नहीं हो सकती. और इसी को दृष्टिगत रखते हुए I have started a movement called Nexus of Good after retirement. You know, we are all fond of masala and negativity. So I have decided, how about highlighting good work that is happening around us? So my friends, I request all of you to go to Nexus of Good. Just type Nexus of Good on Google. You will go to that portal and you find hundreds of positive stories there. And as I conclude, you must all be wondering कि साहब ये बड़े पॉजिटिव लगते हैं. इनको कभी ऐसा मौका नहीं आया कि इनको ऐसा लगा डाउन आउट डिप्रेशन हुआ है. हर व्यक्ति के जीवन में आता है, मेरे जीवन में भी आया. मुझे याद है एक बार मैं यूपी में गया था वापस. वहाँ कभी गंभीर स्थिति थी. मेरे मंत्री ने ही asked me to transfer a very honest and efficient officer. Again, paucity of time, I'm unable to go into the details. But उस समय मैं इतना distraught हो गया कि मेरे अंदर का कभी मुझ पे उजागर हुआ. और मैंने ये पंक्तियां लिख डाली. संशय नहीं मन में तेरी सृष्टि में या तुझ में. संशय नहीं मन में तेरी सृष्टि में या तुझ में. तू ही तू मेरे मन में समाया. सब कुछ मैंने तुझसे है पाया. फिर भी स्तब्ध हूँ, व्याकुल हूँ, अशांत हूँ, शायद अनजान हूँ. क्या यही जीवन है जो पापी है, दुराचारी है, क्यों जीत रहा निरंतर है? स्पष्ट करो, अभिव्यक्त करो, कुछ तो करो मेरे राम. मैंने अपनी वेदना राम की झोली में डाल दी. लेकिन अगर आप ऑप्टिमिस्टिक हैं, अगर आप पॉजिटिव हैं, तो उसका उत्तर आपके पास आएगा. मेरे पास उसका उत्तर तुरंत आया. वो इन पंक्तियों में मैंने अपने पुस्तक में भी उद्धृत किया है, written that in my book. समय रुका नहीं, हम क्यों ठहर गए? समय रुका नहीं, हम क्यों ठहर गए? अभी तो हम चले भी नहीं, फिर क्यों थक गए? उठो पथिक, पथिक इज अ ट्रैवलर. उठो पथिक, मत भ्रमित हो धूमिल अंधियारे में. श्रेष्ठ वही जो घिरा नहीं हो क्षणिक निराशा में. जागो जगाओ, मनबत बहलाओ, एक मसीहा तुम भी बन जाओ. If it is permissible, can we have some questions from the audience? Yes. You have the question.
Yeah,
How about they asking the question from there?
They had given us the question.
Oh, allow them to speak.
Yeah,
Keep this mic.
yeah, sure, sir.
Can this mic go around and let that person stand up and ask a question? I would rather have a dialogue with you. Yes. And feel free to ask her any question. There will be nothing held adverse against you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I'm Amisha from BSc Physical Science and Electronics. Sir, my question is, IS officers wish to serve the country, but when they are getting posting to far-flung areas like Jammu and Kashmir, why do you think like it's a punishment to them?
आप बन जाइए, आप उसे पनिशमेंट मत मानिएगा. क्यों आप IS ऑफिसर्स के लिए इतना चिंतित हैं? वैसे लेट मी टेल यू, a large number of IS officers don't take it as a punishment. They work very hard. Unfortunately, you hear only from those that think of it as a punishment. I have traveled deep inside into Jammu and Kashmir. I had traveled from Srinagar to Leh, taking not the national highway but going deep inside. Met a large number of IS officers who were very happy with their posting. Yes, like any member in the society, they are good, bad and ugly. It's for you to decide whether you want to look at ugly and bad ones or good ones. My suggestion to you as a youngster is look at the good one and seek inspiration from them. Yes, there are many bad ones who feel that posting in Jammu and Kashmir is a negative one, right?
Yes.
God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
Anybody else?
Yeah, you're not ready.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I am Vikram Singh from MES department.
Yes, Vikram.
Sir, in your views, what are the key ideas and attributes for becoming a successful IAS officer?
Becoming successful, you want first get into the civil service, then only talk in terms of successful IAS officer. पहले से ही आप वहाँ पहुँच जाएंगे बड़ा मुश्किल होगा. आप IAS officer बन जाइए, मैं academy में आपको बताऊंगा how you become a successful IAS officer. Right now I can tell you how you become an IAS officer. Then become a successful IAS officer, right? So don't jump the gun. फिर अगला आप मुझसे पूछ लेंगे सर मैं जब डिस्ट्रिक्ट मैजिस्ट्रेट बनूंगा तो राइट्स को कैसे संभालूं, वो तब मैं बता दूंगा आपको. तो आप सबको मेरी राय ये है, डोंट जंप, डोंट. देखिए आजकल मैं देख रहा हूं देश में जोश बहुत है, होश का नहीं. मैं सबसे अनुरोध करना चाहूंगा, आप पहले खुद को कुछ बनाइए, फिर दूसरे बारे में चिंतन कीजिए. मैं जो आपको व्याख्यान दे रहा हूं आज, ये आज से 35-40 साल पहले मैं किसी को नहीं देता था. 40 साल पहले I was totally selfish. I was totally focused on myself because I knew until I established my credentials, कोई मुझे क्यों पूछेगा? तो first establish your credentials. Become an IAS officer. I can tell you, I can speak for half an hour as to how to become a successful IAS officer. और कुछ ना हो तो मेरी किताब पढ़ लीजिएगा. Ethical dilemmas of a civil servant. You will find out what to do about it. But I don't want to give a व्याख्यान what a successful IAS officer is. Success has many meanings. Some people think that a dishonest officer is successful, others think that honest officer is successful. So I don't want to get into that debate. My suggestion to all you youngsters is, I'm assuming none of you is an IAS officer as of now. There's no point in discussing how should an IAS officer function. First, become an IAS officer. If you want, I can discuss about that. Right?
Good morning, sir. My name is Kusma Guruvat and I am from BA Program Department. What I have to ask is that when a political issue came, like in the civil servant or in the career, how will you react for that? And the another thing is that as we are students, what is the importance of students being participate in political issues, and how do you think that politics affect like their role in politics, students' role in politics?
Okay, let me answer it one by one. First, you said when a political issue comes to you, how do you respond? You know, we swear in by the Constitution. If a politician tells you something which is illegal, you can and should say no. But there is a huge grey area between what is legal and what is not legal. In that grey area, the attempt should be to do what the politician is asking you to do as far as possible. And then do the same thing to a non-politician also. Work out a system through which the same benefit can accrue to others. I did that throughout my career and enjoyed my life. Second, as far as the students are concerned, yes, we are all political animals. We must have a political idea. But your idea should be rooted on the ground, not by what someone else is telling you. The tragedy sometimes is that some of us have become blindfolded. That's wrong. Make your own assessment and take a political call. That's the best way of going about it. But if you do plan to join the civil service, तब सोच के कीजिएगा. इसलिए, if you want to become a revolutionary, then you resign from the service, pick up a jhadu and become a politician, right? Yes, but if you want to remain a civil servant, you can be a fast revolutionary, but don't try in terms of bringing a revolution. So that's
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
There is a hand there, I can see, white shirt.
Hello sir, this side Varnika, I'm from BAP program.
Where are you? Oh,
This side Varnika, I'm
Yes.
from BAP program. So as you said sir, that there are, as you said, the things that holds us back is the fact that we fear and doubt ourselves. And I can myself say that, there's some things that I do question my capacities and capabilities. So it's easy to know, you should not doubt yourself, you should just stand up for the things you feel. I myself as a teenager, I would say there's a lot of things that I could have done, but because of my, doubting, it's still I lack there. So what are the things that you might say that...
Wonderful. What's your good name again?
Varnika.
Varnika, you are so articulate, you're so eloquent. I think that's the first positive feature that you have. I don't think you've discovered it as yet. If I were as eloquent as you at your age, I would have been much more confident. So look at your positive stuff, right? Secondly, and I'm repeating it here to the benefit of all of you sitting here, we must identify why am I reticent, why do I have lack of confidence, and then you will find a solution to it. Since I interact with hundreds and thousands of students like you, and my understanding is very clear, one basic reason why you lack confidence is the fear of failure, fear of committing mistake, and also you feel that you are the only person making mistake. So the first step towards building confidence is to start believing that I am not the only person committing mistakes, failure. The guy who came all the way to speak to us, Anil Swarup, also committed so many failures in his life, yet people call him successful. So it's very natural to be committing mistakes. That itself will give you confidence. Second, when you do commit a mistake, then jot it down and mull over it, think over it, what was the reason, and gradually try to work upon improving it. You know, now you see me speaking fluently. When I was trying to evolve as a debater, I remember in one of the debates, after a minute I didn't know what to say. I just stood there and just walked off the podium after that, after pausing for 15 seconds. It happens. So it is natural for everyone to happen. But if you also focus on your strengths, through those strengths you will be able to overcome weakness. My friend, 90% of the people sitting here, I'm sorry to say that, would not be as eloquent as you are. But you're not focusing on your eloquence. So work on it. Work on your strengths, work on your weakness. Each one of you has enormous potential to succeed. You have to look inwards and improve. Right?
Thank you, sir.
God bless you. I think that's it. Oh, there is one. Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Jashan. I just want to ask you how to choose the optional subject.
Wow. I'll have to look into your background in order to select. You know, I do that. You meet me after that. I'll tell you separately on what you can do. I have no problem with suggesting to you, but let's not bore the others on how you should choose your optional subject. It will depend on your background and your likes and dislikes. That's how you choose an optional subject. Right? There's a gentleman here.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Kanesh from Ramdas College. Sir, I would like to ask you that what kind of perseverance does it require to become an IAS officer? Because I've seen many people that they have tried becoming to reach such an extent, but they just give up in some of their in this journey. So what's your take on this?
How to become an IAS officer or how to become
the kind of perseverance it requires?
Get into the three things: knowledge, analytical capabilities, and communication skills. Focus on these three. I don't want to elaborate. There's a full 1-hour session on YouTube. If you want, you can go ahead to look at it. But these three things are important: acquiring knowledge, acquiring analytical skills, and improving your communication skills. All three can be done. Without these, it will be difficult. A genius will qualify, but others won't. Right?
Thank you, sir.
There's one here. Tell me when I've run out of time. Oh, right.
Good afternoon, sir. Myself Abhishek. Sir, I do not have a question specific to the UPSC, but our endeavors in general. So there are only a few chosen ones who know for sure what they have to do, and others like us have to try out various things before figuring out what we actually want to do in life. So for doing that, we need to jump from one thing to the other after working on that. When does one know that he needs to quit from what he is doing and move to the other thing?
Okay, so first of all, and this is a very good question, all of you should listen to this very carefully. You have to have a clarity of thought as to what you want to become. You may change it later on, but at some point in time. But how to get that clarity of thought? Because when you are a student, there's so many things coming into your mind. The best way is talk to somebody who can counsel you in that. But pick up somebody, one who knows you well, and he himself has done well in life. These two attributes, if you find in somebody, go and have a chat with him. He will tell you which is the best way forward. I do that for a number of people who discuss with me. I have a longer chat with them, discuss with them what is their background, what are their likes, dislikes, what is their thinking. Then probably one can advise as to what they should do in life. But sometimes what happens is that you're pursuing a particular path and you feel that that's not the right path for you. When do you do that? You know, I have always felt that if you're not enjoying the journey, then give it up. Take some other journey. But sometimes you have to create that enjoyment. Let me illustrate with an example. You know, I had taken law as a subject during my time and I had not studied law. So I had to study 700 case studies. Okay? So I used to get up late in the morning. Many of you would be getting up late in the morning. Or should I ask the other way around? Who gets up early in the morning? Not many. I never woke up early in the morning. So someone told me, one of my guides, he told me, यार सुबह तो सुबह उठना पड़ेगा इतना याद करने के लिए. अब मेरी आदत तो दूसरी थी. अब चूंकि अनिल चौधरी जी बैठे इसलिए मैं क्रिकेट का एग्जाम्पल दे रहा हूँ. उन दिनों टेलीविजन में बहुत हल्का फुल्का ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट आता था, लेकिन इंडियन टीम ऑस्ट्रेलिया गई हुई थी. जब बेदी साहब कैप्टन थे, 5 थे, सिम्सन वहां के कैप्टन थे. तो 5 टेस्ट मैच हुए ऑस्ट्रेलिया में और हर टेस्ट मैच सुबह 5:30 बजे शुरू होता था. और मैं कमेंट्री सुनने का बड़ा शौकीन था. और उन दिनों टेस्ट मैच 5 दिन चलते थे, आज की तरह 3 दिन में नहीं खत्म हो जाते थे. 25 दिन में सुबह 5:30 बजे उठा. मेरी आदत पड़ गई सुबह 5:30 बजे उठने की. आज भी मैं 6 बजे उठ जाता हूँ. तो आप सब लोगों से मैं कहता हूँ अगर आदत बदलनी हो तो कोई ऐसी गर्लफ्रेंड पाल लीजिए जो सुबह जल्दी उठती है. और सुबह आपको फोन करे 5:30 बजे, आपकी हिम्मत नहीं होगी ना को रिस्पॉन्ड करने की, उठ जाएंगे आप. सो यू फाइंड समथिंग इंटरेस्टिंग and it's vice versa also, you know, girls can also do that for boyfriends. So you have to start liking what you're doing. But if you're not liking, I tell so many aspirants who come to me for civil service, I tell them, भैया enjoy your journey, उसे burden ना मानो, ना मुसीबत हो जाए. Enjoyment कैसे आता है? Enjoyment के लिए आदमी देखता है जब मैं IAS में आ जाऊंगा तभी मैं खुश होऊंगा ना. मैं कैसे enjoy करता? आज मैंने प्लेटो पढ़ा और मुझे समझ में आया, बड़ी खुशी होती थी. अरे वाह, you know, Socrates कहते थे ना, knowledge is virtue. So by acquiring knowledge itself can give you a deep sense of satisfaction. That itself is good. So आप जब पहाड़ पे चढ़ रहे हैं तो satisfaction आप हर स्टेप पे लीजिए. अरे वाह, एक कदम मैंने चल लिया, अरे वाह. अगर वो आप सेंस ऑफ satisfaction नहीं ले रहे हैं तो चोटी पर देखकर तो आप नहीं चढ़ पाएंगे. हमेशा आपको हुआ बना रहेगी चोटी. हर स्टेप को एंजॉय कीजिए. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, यू आर सिटिंग हियर. If you are enjoying these moments, I think you will absorb more than what Anil Swarup is saying. Rather than कि यार मालिनी कहाँ फंस गए यार, ये कहाँ बैठे यार, कहाँ बाहर चलते हैं, वो आज कोई मैच चल रहा है वहाँ चले जाते हैं, यहाँ का बैठे, वो प्रॉब्लम. So you have to develop a liking for what you're doing. But despite the effort, if you're not liking it, quit it. Go to some other place. Right? Thank you. So,
thank you, sir. Yes, sir. I'm Abhay Kumar Gupta from the BA program department. I do have one question. So, you know, people talk about how to begin the preparation, like many aspirants talk about how to begin the preparation for UPSC. But the mental preparation which is required to start the actual preparation is necessary. So, how to deal with that particular situation, like if somebody is coming from middle class family or lower class family, that particular person has more inclination towards mental problem or mental situations. So like how to tackle that particular mental situation so that that person start the journey with full of positivity and good potential.
देखिए, आपने बहुत जनरल टर्म्स इस्तेमाल किए, मेंटल सिचुएशन. और मेंटल सिचुएशन क्यों है? That is very important to understand. You know, when I advise youngsters like you, I ask them, कारण बताओ यार. मेंटल सिचुएशन, मैं कोई मेंटल साइकोलॉजिस्ट तो हूँ नहीं. अगर आप मुझे कारण बताओगे तो मैं शायद थोड़ा सुझाव दे दूंगा. लेकिन बिना कारण बताए कि आप मेंटल केस है तो मैं क्या कर लूंगा, आपको साइकोलॉजिस्ट के पास जाना पड़ेगा ना. तो आपको मुझे बताना पड़ेगा कि मेंटल सिचुएशन जो है, जो भी आपका मतलब हो मेंटल सिचुएशन से, वो क्यों है. एंग्जाइटी से है, पेरेंट्स से है, फाइनेंशियल है, क्या है. फिर एक तरीका निकाला जा सकता है कि इसको आगे. तो यहाँ पे मेरे पास ऐसा कोई मैजिक वॉन्ड नहीं है कि आज अनिल स्वरूप आए हैं, हिंदू कॉलेज में बोल के जाएंगे, अगले दिन सब IAS अफसर बन जाएंगे. ऐसा थोड़ी ना होता है. It's a process. So you have to understand the cause of a problem in order to find a solution. So my friend, whoever has that problem should be able to first analyze as to समस्या क्यों है. हम लोग देश में as a civil servant कई बार हम समस्या का समाधान ढूंढते हैं बिना cause के. कारण क्या है पता नहीं, समस्या का समाधान ढूंढ रहे हैं, तो वो काम नहीं चलता. You have to understand the cause of the problem and then do it. Right?
Thank you, sir.
So sir, my question is, as you quoted the shlok from Bhagavad Gita, Karmanyavadhikaraste. So sir, my question is a very basic question, not centric to the UPSC, but in every examination, one needs to introspect. And in every stage, I mean, there are some positive aspects as well as negative. So what is the correct way of introspection? Please enlighten.
It is not very complicated. Every individual has some successes, some failures. So first focus on what you succeeded in, that gives you a positive energy, positive thought. And then go over to issues which you have not succeeded in. And then sit down and analyze why did you succeed. And if you have a good friend, sit with a friend, have a chat with a friend. Yaar, ye nahi ho paya, kyun nahi hua? I gave you my example when I wanted to become a champion in singing. Some of my seniors came to me and explained to me, good, you have to have those mentors, you have to have those friends, have a chat with them, and they will tell you, bhai, ye normal hai. You know, real problem is when you think you are abnormal. हर आदमी मेंटल केस है थोड़ा थोड़ा, कोई ऐसा आदमी नहीं है मेंटल केस नहीं. हर आदमी में प्रॉब्लम है. कोई आदमी मुझे परफेक्ट तो दिखा नहीं आज तक. मैंने बहुत मतलब प्राइम मिनिस्टर, चीफ मिनिस्टर, प्रेसिडेंट सबसे मिला हूं, कोई परफेक्ट नहीं मिला. लेकिन हाँ, वो इवॉल्व थे. They were living with their imperfections, trying to improve that. So the movement is towards perfection. But no one is perfect. You are also their strength. That lady there, I am forgetting her name. She's so elegant. वो परेशान है कि मैं नहीं बोल पा रही. देखिए, है ना? क्योंकि किसी ने इनको ये नहीं बताया कि आप इतना अच्छा बोलती हैं भाई. ये आपकी strength है. आप इसको build कीजिए, आपको और confidence आएगा. You know, when I won that prize at IIT Kanpur, thereafter my confidence rose to a level that I can address, and I do address audiences anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world, it doesn't make any difference to me because I know I can fail. I will fail, so what? बहुत लोग fail होते, मैं भी fail हो जाऊँगा. एक बार ये आपके दिमाग में बैठ गया, failure is nothing very unusual, then you will be more confident. And thank you very much for inviting me here. It was a pleasure interacting with all of you. God bless all of you. God bless you. God bless you.
Thank you so much, sir. You have cleared all our doubts.
As we all know that we are gathered here for an exciting event, Zenith, the annual Fest of BA program. And it wouldn't have been possible without the generous support of our sponsors and co-sponsors. We are extremely grateful for their support and would like to take a moment to acknowledge their contribution.
Today, our event is sponsored by Plutus IS. So, have a big round of applause for Plutus IS for sponsoring us. Plutus IS is one of the best institute for the UPSC CSC preparation. You can find a team near amphitheatre. Also, we are co-sponsored by Manu Law Classes Private Limited, one of the premier law entrance institute based on Rajendra Nagar, Delhi. Now, I would like to call upon the stage Ms. Huma Hassan ma'am and Rajendra Jha sir. And also, I would like to call our General Secretary of our department, Abhay Pratap Singh, to felicitate both our speakers. Please, ma'am. And sir, please.
Give a huge round of applause for both the teachers. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Dr. Huma Hassan is a gold medalist from JNU and is a faculty member of Plutus IS. She is teaching sociology and anthropology as optional subjects. So, ma'am, we'll be glad to hear from yourself and please enlighten us about the coachings and the optional subjects. Over to you, ma'am.
Hi guys, how are you all? Hi guys, how are you all? Okay, so first of all, I like to have clarification here from the organizer. Do I have to address UPSC? Okay. How many of you are actually here for UPSC journey? Okay. Is there any particular question you want to raise or you want to know about UPSC? So there was a question to Anil sir with respect to optionals. Who is that person if that person is here? So can I have him? हाँ जी, हाँ जी. क्या क्वेश्चन था आपका ऑप्शन से रिलेटेड? ओके, ऑप्शनल का एक फिक्स पैटर्न मैं आपसे के साथ शेयर कर सकती हूँ. Whether you are from social science background or science background, that actually majorly decides कि आपको क्या ऑप्शन चूज करना चाहिए. पर्सनल इंटरेस्ट तो डेफिनेटली it plays a significant role that in so many list of options in in which you personally feel that okay, this is something you should go for, but there is some patterns. Okay, for instance, there are, I'm not saying this because these are the two subjects which I am teaching. Mostly science background aspirants, they go for sociology, anthropology, history or political science, thinking they don't want to take their options of like physics, mathematics, और उनको ऐसा लगता है कि थोड़ा बहुत हम सोशल साइंस का ये सब्जेक्ट पढ़ लेंगे और प्रिपेयर कर सकते हैं. और इसी में एक बहुत मेजर मिथ या आप कह सकते हैं कि प्रॉब्लम एस्पिरेंट्स फील करते हैं that they create lot many illusions in their mind. Okay, for instance, many of the aspirants take sociology, thinking that they have to study about marriage or they have to study about religion, culture. Every optional is something in which you have two specific portions, that is theoretical, something that you have to read about theories, thinkers. For example, in anthropology, you have to understand that how humans have evolved biologically, and after human evolution, how humans have created culture and society. And it also includes theories. And then in paper 2, you have to have applied approach. So whether you take sociology, anthropology or history or political science or geography, one thing is for sure कि आप लोगों को पढ़ना पड़ेगा. Like Anil sir has said कि आपके पास एक knowledge होनी चाहिए. उस knowledge के बाद analytical abilities. इसको मैं I'll try to say it layman language. What is analytical abilities? Now I believe that UPSC is judging all of you with respect to your mains writing, that how original ideas you can write. That is why you have word limitation. For example, 250 words or 150 words. उसमें आप knowledge को किस तरीके से आपने वो ग्रास्प किया है, उसको कैसे समझा है, और अब आप अपने खुद पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंसेस के साथ जो भी आपने इतनी प्रिपरेशन करी है, एटलीस्ट 1.5 ईयर तो लग ही जाता है अगर आप यूपीएससी की जेन्युइनली प्रिपरेशन करते हैं. उसके बाद देयर आर सो मेनी स्टडी मटेरियल्स एंड टीचर्स अवेलेबल. दे ऑल वुड से दैट रीड दिस, रीड दैट. But the idea is that you have to bring your own original ideas. और वो analytical abilities कैसे आती है? With correct frame mindset. If you have read marriage, for example, or if you have read Indian history, how you have perceived it, how you have understood it, and then you should know about structures of answer writing. And structure of answer writing is not only required for UPSC preparation, it is there for all of you as a student. You people have to write your answers. There we all know कि introduction लिखना है, body 1 लिखना है, body 2 लिखना है, whatsoever it is, सभी को पता है. लेकिन वहाँ पे आपको अपने as I said original ideas लिखने होंगे कि आपने उस concept को कैसे समझा है, and then you have to address to the question. So coming back to your question कि option कैसे choose करना है, आपको little bit research करनी पड़ेगी, आपको समझना पड़ेगा हाँ, एक पैटर्न तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा गलत है, मुझे ये मेरा पर्सनल ओपिनियन है कि लास्ट ईयर जो भी टॉपर्स होते हैं वो एक ट्रेंड स्टार्ट कर देते हैं। फॉर एग्जांपल लास्ट ईयर हिस्ट्री ऑप्शनल में टॉपर्स रहा तो ठीक है हम भी हिस्ट्री ले लेते हैं, या फिर गुरुज बैठे हैं, सीनियर्स बैठे हैं, उन्होंने कोई ऑप्शनल सोचा वो हमने वो ऑप्शनल ले लिया। नहीं, डिसीजन तो आपको खुद ही लेना पड़ता है कि ठीक है दिस इज व्हाट यू हैव टू एड्रेस एंड देन डू नॉट टेक एनी ऑप्शन लाइक इजी और डिफिकल्ट। वो कुछ नहीं होता, वो आपका खुद का दिमाग का माइंडसेट है। That's it for optional question. Is there any other question? Is there any other question, guys? UPSC की सही में प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हो कि नहीं? When I was sitting there in that room, I heard a lady or a student, UPSC वाले आए हैं, 5-5, 6-6 क्वेश्चंस रेडी कर लो, तो रेडी नहीं किया क्या? I mean, I'm saying in positive manner, chill. क्वेश्चंस हैं आप लोगों के पास? एनी अदर क्वेश्चन?
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I would like to call Vijinder Jha sir. He's a faculty in Plutus IS. He has done his BA and MA from DU and he's done his MPhil and PhD from the JNU. Now I would like to call Vijinder Jha sir to take over the stage. Sir.
Hello everyone, good evening. Respected Anil sir and my friends. It is a great pleasure to you, for me to, I'm here to speak something for you. जाम पे जाम क्या पीना, सुबह तक उतर जाएगी. जाम पे जाम क्या पीना, सुबह तक उतर जाएगी. हमने कुछ करने की पी है, हमने कुछ कर गुजरने की पी है, सारी उम्र नशे में गुजर जाएगी. Today, this is, I'm from, I'm faculty at Plutus IS. I teach political science and international relations, and I have been assigned to speak on how India can become, how and when India can become 5 trillion economy, right? So how many of you wants India, to achieve 5 trillion economy? How many of you want India to achieve 5 trillion economy? Only few. Why is it so? Are you happy with 2-3 trillion economy or 2 trillion economy? As Jaishankar Prasad had said, we will achieve 20 trillion economy by 2047. It took 60 years to achieve 1 trillion economy, and in 2019, Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi said, we have to transform India and we have to achieve 5 trillion economy. And this government, I'll not, speak about, the government initiatives that government is taking up, to speed up industrialization and, achieve 4th revolution in industry. I will not speak about, how government is working for, education. I will speak of, if you see the divide, the widening divide in India, whether we achieve 3 trillion economy, 5 trillion economy, and 20 trillion economy. I want to see India as a 50 trillion economy, but that economy should be benefit to everyone and every strata of the society. That economy should not left out even a single person right from its circle. And you all know that India has given PDS under the National Food Security Program to 81 crore people. It is a warning. It is a warning before us that yes, we are doing good in speeding up industry, in speeding up education, in working for sustainable development program. Right, there are welfare programs for many sections of society. This is the first government who are putting attention towards the differently able people. It is a false government who is putting attention towards the denotified tribes, right? It is a government who had put attention towards the Dalit entrepreneurship, right? But at the same time, the achievement of government is that India needs 81 crore, 81 crore people in India needs PDS for survival, right? So yes, I want to achieve, we want to achieve 3 trillion, 5 trillion, 20 trillion economy, and that economy should be distributed benefit to everyone in the society, right? So that is summary, that I would like to tell you here. And if you want to ask any question regarding preparation of UPSC, I'll be able to answer you, right? So the house is open to ask question. Yeah, anyone who wants to ask question regarding optional, regarding GS, about time timeline, about what are the attitudes that someone was asking, what kind of attitude you should have to prepare for UPSC. Anyone who wants to ask a question, please provide mics. Anyone? Please raise your hand. Yeah, I can see there. There. Ask something, use this opportunity to know something. Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, I would like to ask, what advice would you give to someone who is preparing for civil services and wish to become an IAS officer?
It's a very, general question, and I think everyone will have this, this question in mind. The first thing, you need to make a commitment, right? Commitments like, I have committed, मैं अपना commitment भी नहीं तोड़ता, right? So if you have done commitment, then you go for it. What happens when once start preparing for UPSC, they fill all the form, even for the club, for the PCS, for the bank PO, for everything, right? And what happens? That they are not committed. Let me tell you, approximately 7 lakh students fill the form, but only 1 lakh people do serious preparation, right? And only those who are serious, who are committed person. And the real competition is among 1,50,000, 70,000, not more than that. Why the real competition is among only few, thousand? Because they are very committed. So first is your commitment. You should not divert from your commitment. Second criteria is you have to be regular, right? For example, you have joined any coaching center or you have started your self-preparation. You have to be regular every day. For example, it's, any kind of preparation does not need 24 hours, investment. Yes, only few hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, that's sufficient for preparation, but it requires regular. Right? ऐसा नहीं कि एक दिन हमने 12 घंटे पढ़ लिया, 3 दिन पढ़ा ही नहीं. Right? So you have to be regular. Right? So second is regularity. Third is be focused. Focus means क्या होता है? बहुत सारे समस्याएं आती है. Right? There are disappointment. There are another issue like किसी की मौसी की बेटी की शादी है, चाचा के बच्चे का शादी है, वहाँ जाना है, यहाँ जाना है, ये फेस्टिवल है, वो फेस्टिवल है. 1 year you don't need to do that. You have to take sannyasa in your own life for 1 year, right? So be prepared, be focused, focus on your syllabus, focus on your subject matter. Do prepare your notes particularly to each topic and subtopic, and 1 year you need to be focused on preparation. Third is self-confidence. Yes, I can. The fourth is yes, you can. Yes, if you think that you can, otherwise you can't. You are the self-motivator for your own self. No one can motivate you rather than your own self. Right? So that is the 4 criteria that one has to carry on for your preparation. Right? I hope I have given you an answer. Yes. Yes.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir. My question is that what are your views on having an option B or a backup plan as a UPSC aspirant? Whether one should have an option B or not, or one should go forward with only UPSC in mind?
2 years back, I have wrote an article in Indian Express, and that article was focusing on if you are preparing for UPSC, what are the plan B, C, D, E, F. UPSC is a mother examination, but I have told to that lady, be focused on this preparation for 1.5 years, 18 months, only preparation, right, for UPSC. And for the God's sake, if you don't get it, if you are really devoting your time, your emotions, and if you are regular, you'll click it. If you don't click it, there are states PCS, there are another examination. But if you are not able to do that, even then, there are multiple things, right? If you give any kind of examination for higher education, for example for law, right? For MBA, for any examination, UPSC will help you. It will save you. It will transform you. The entire preparation process will transform you. And there are many options. There are options where you can go into, right? And you can be successful person. See, UPSC is a one means. Becoming administrator is a one positions that you can do good for the society. There are first and foremost thing that these can become a good human being, right? And UPSC preparation can transform you a good human being, right? Yeah. Anyone?
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, the PSC and BPSC have removed optional subjects from their exams. So, do you think the UPSC will also remove it anytime soon?
See, there is no such recommendation by any committee, right? It may, in future, it may be, it may not be, right? It may be, the UPSC may add another optional paper as it was already there. So there is no such recommendation by any committee or commissions, right? As of now, we have to prepare for 1 optional paper and 4 GS paper. Any question? Done? Yes, sir. Thank you, everyone. Nice to be here.